Juliana Kenny here at the Telecom Exchange in New York. I'm joined by Anthony D'Ambrosi, Chief Sales and Marketing Officer of I/O. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Juliana.
So tell me what's going on here at the Telecom Exchange and what you guys have.
So here at the Telecom Exchange, we're happy to be here. I/O is establishing a major point of presence in the Northeast region as part of our globalization strategy, and we're establishing one of the world's largest data center properties in northern New Jersey. And it's our intention to draw every major carrier and telco provider to our property for connectivity for our global customers.
Excellent. So I understand you're a little different than some of the other people who are at the show today.
We are, especially at this venue. We like to think of ourselves as a unique and innovative and disruptive company. We are not a carrier in the classic sense. We are a provider of digital energy technology. So what we actually do is we create hardware and software to allow for information technology processing.
Okay.
So one of our innovations is a modular data center that allows for a client to consume a data center much like they'd consume a server, where they can buy modules that compose a true data center solution. In doing that, we require telecommunications connectivity for our customers. So that's what attracts us to this show. Not to mention the fact that we're a very hot property right now with the investment banking and Wall Street community. So many of our prospective and existing customers are here as well.
So what sort of relationships do you expect to build at a show like this?
So at a show like this, it's a combination of building awareness of our brand, making sure that the name I/O is known, not only here in the New York area, but across the telecommunications and financial industry, which this show is predominantly about. And then also to make sure that we're providing a network, if you will, no pun intended, of relationships with the carrier community, and that they realize being part of an I/O implementation is where they want to be as we become more pervasive in the services we provide.
Okay. So what can we expect to see, in the next year or so from I/O?
So it's going to be very exciting. Within the next year, we already have established the world's largest modular data center in northern New Jersey. That data center will be built out in a modular fashion, and it will become a showpiece for the next generation of what we call data center 2.0 technology, the next wave of how to really implement digital energy using this concept of hardware, software platforms versus the concept of things like construction projects and buildings. We'll also be globalizing. We're marching around the world. We have plans in Asia Pacific, Western Europe, and Latin America to implement our technology in those regions.
Excellent. Now, when you say data center 2.0, is that a term that I/O has come up with, or is that an industry term that, other people?
Well, it's interesting. Being the forerunners that we are, we have coined that phrase, data center 2.0, much like we've coined data center as a service and digital energy technology. And what we believe is there's going to be a transformational shift in how data centers are thought about, planned, procured, and operated in the future. And we're trying to make a move toward more of a flexible software and standards-driven approach toward data centers, much like the rest of the information technology stack would be from a server, storage, and network perspective.
What do you see as maybe one of the bigger challenges that's to come in the data center industry?
Well, there'll be a huge challenge over time, and there's no arguing with the math and the physics of how energy is converted for use within information technology. Over the coming decade, information technology will become one of the major consumers of energy for corporations and for governments. So the efficient use of that energy conversion, making sure that efficiency, greenness, and a lack of wastefulness is part of the corporate agenda. So that'll be a major move. So the idea of planning over a 10-year horizon and overbuilding what you need is rapidly going away. Our clients really want this modular solution that they can consume as they need it, more of a utility-based model.
Right.
And that's what we're really deploying on a global basis.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
Thank you, Juliana. It was my pleasure.